Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, should I say. Hey, I had a hard night last night, but today I'm going to more or less explain how I got started with the liquid oxygen business called O2 Worldwide, our stabilized liquid oxygen with trace minerals and nutrients. You see, I've always been health conscious. Dr. Sabi, I'm glad that man had a chance to invest in my life, some knowledge on some of the right things to do and take. But I was taking 35% food grade peroxide, and that's pretty harsh on your body. But I understood you need oxygen in your body. All right, I understood that because we're only breathing 19%, and what we're breathing is what polluted, it's contaminated, and now it has radiation in it from Fukushima, the earthquake that made the nuclear reactor melt down. So I knew our oxygen levels are really bad, and it goes in our body when we really, really need it to the cellular level because we're only getting just enough just to breathe with, but oxygen can heal. All right, so I knew that. So, but the 35% food grade peroxide is kind of harsh, man. It makes you want to, man, it makes you feel bad, but it does some good stuff for you, you know. So I also was taking cell food and sprinkling that in water, and but I wasn't feeling anything like it was doing anything for my body. So all in all, I got my O2 hat on. I'm loving every minute of that, and my O2 shirt on. So that was a commercial break, by the way, y'all. But back to the story. I got a call, or should I say, I got a text by Jerry Stewart. Now, Jerry Stewart is a legend in the relationship marketing industry, and I've worked with her with another company, and I love her and her husband Zeke because believe me, they are true networkers from back in the day where I learned under people such as them with their skill set. Their IQ is high, and they were all about team. All right, so I was glad to hear basically from Jerry. She told me about this liquid oxygen called O2 drops. All right, it stabilized liquid oxygen, but it had trace minerals and nutrients. And I understand from Dr. Joe Wallach, man, this guy wrote the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie back in the 80s. And meaning, because a lot of doctors was killing themselves. All right, a lot of doctors was dying off more than anyone else. Because doctors, you know, they're trying to do the right thing, but they sign that oath, and it's all about treating symptoms or cutting it out and radiating it with chemotherapy. So that's not really preventing anything. It's just treating symptoms, and then something else takes place. But even recently, I'm hearing about doctors committing suicide, and that's heartbreaking. You know, they're sworn to an oath that, you know, it's really hurting a lot of people. You know, they try to do the right thing, but I don't think they're using it in the right way. All right, because let's face it, Hippocrates never cured anything. All right, he never cured anything. So that's the oath that they're signing into. All right, now my teacher was Dr. Sabi, the only man on the planet that cured anything. All right, and bless his soul because he left us recently. But he was all about electric foods and understanding that, you know, we have to eat the right things. We have to consume the right things. And the stuff that we take have to be electric in our body. So this product here, I was happy to hear about it. And I already joined as soon as Jerry told me about it. She just gave me a text message, and I joined right away because I understood how powerful this would be. Now, my mother was always in pain with her knees. She fell in the snow. She used to play double dutch with the girls out front in the yard. Now, she did this late in her 40s and, you know, still out there trying to double dutch with these girls, showing them that she was better than them. I love the commitment, but my mom needed to slow down. She fell one Christmas and messed her knees up. She ended up having to get dual knee surgery, so 2 knee replacements. And she really didn't work it hard because it's based on when you get that surgery, you got to tear all that old scar tissue down and work out hard so your knee can have the flexibility and the dexterity that it once had. But she didn't do that, and she's in pain. So every time I talk to her, she's in pain. And I was like, man, if I send her these drops, maybe they may work for her. That'd be the first test. So this is like Superman, but God always leaves a ram in the bush when something's wrong with us at a certain time in our life. I thank Dr. Krause and Dan Putnam, the CEO, for this amazing product in their marriage of coming together and making something possible for us. But God has blessed this. All right, it's been kissed by God. I always say that. So anyway, my mom got her drops. Boy, what took place after that, it blew my mind. Within 4 days, she was back to herself. She was not in pain no more. Oh, man, I was sold at that point. Then I had an incident at work. I had a back pull, helping the guys out. I didn't suppose to be out there helping them, but I'm 6'3", and they couldn't reach the piece of hardware they needed to torque. So I put the torque wrench on it, and I started to torque. Then I heard a pop, and they heard a pop. I'm like, oh, man. By the end of the day, I couldn't even walk. If I bent over, it hurt. If I breathed, it was hurting. I got home, dropped my keys. I couldn't even bend over to pick them up. All right, I had to call out to the next door neighbor. The next door neighbor's kid came over and picked my keys up. I locked my door, went in the house, and I said, here we go, O2. Because I was going to put this to the test for myself. All right, you can get into something, but until it gets into you, it doesn't matter. Again, you can get into something, but until it gets into you, that's when it's really going to matter. So I took a shower for about 45 minutes. Now, understand this. It was real steamy. My goal was to make my pores open up so wide that I can really jumpstart this for being absorbed in my body. See, I already understand the molecular structure and the skin being the greatest absorber, but I was going to help it along the way. So anyway, I started applying the drops, the liquid stabilized drops, every hour on the hour on my back. I was also consuming it. 25 to 50 drops under my tongue for 2 minutes. I was holding it there, and then I was swallowing it because I understood what would take place. All right, so it would go into my system through my bloodstream and break my lactic and uric acid, which causes pain. All right, then you get that heartbeat throbbing. All right, so it was going to remove that, it was going to break it down so I could expel it. So I did that for 4 hours. All right, I woke up, went to work. I was still sore, but not as sore. By noontime that same day, the next day, all right, the noontime. Now, this is only one day. By noontime, no more pain. I was blew away. I was done. Because it let me know that this can and it may help other people. All right? But I must say this. I must give this disclaimer. We do not heal, treat, or cure anything. Okay? But we know that God made us complete. So if you give the body what it needs, it automatically is going to balance itself and repair itself. See, when it breaks down the lactic and uric acid, the pain stops, the swelling goes down, and then blood circulates to the area, and that's when healing takes place. That's the understanding that I was taught. And believe me, I experienced that, and I want you to experience that. So I'm reaching out to you. Hey, like my my little video here. I'm just getting started with these videos on YouTube. Like my video, and you can reach me. Okay, reach me at my website, www.oxygenforcells.net. Again, oxygenforcells.net. It's oxygen with the number 4, CELLS.net. Oxygenforcells.net, or you can always call me at 323-603-9529. This has been Kissed by God. I'm loving this product, and you guys all have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.